Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 6 of Always BeLIV In. So I did have a video planned, which I will tell you about. It's been a while, sorry. Just been like super busy. I did have a video planned, which was going to look at positives and negatives of West Ham at the moment. Now that we're 3 games in, well, coming up to our 4th on Sunday. However, I'm not going to talk about that just purely because we're playing on Sunday. I don't know when this is going to go out, as always. So I feel like maybe it's best if I leave that one until after Sunday, so I can look at the positives and negatives after Sunday and re-update it, because basically it's a little bit out of date. So let me know if you actually want to listen to that. And yeah, that's super exciting. I'm in my office today. I'm on my lunch break, and I just thought it would be a great time to film an episode because it's been a while and I just want to get straight back into it now that the season has started. So I'm going to take everyone back to the first game of the season, which was against Man City. And yes, you can say that it is a disappointing performance from the boys. However, I would say that it is against one of the best teams in the world. So I don't think we should hang our heads in that much shame. Yeah, but then again, you can always argue, did they put enough effort in? Was a tackle made? Like the first 2 minutes was unbelievable. I think Antonio, he had a headed shot, I believe. So yeah, I think if we kept up for more than the 2 minutes, it would have been an exciting match. But again, you praise teams like City and you just give them too much respect, I think is the right word. You're kind of in awe that you're playing against Haaland, De Bruyne, all these like superstar players, and little old West Ham, bless us, we're kind of like, the squad was more or less the same, wasn't it, since the end of last season. So we didn't really have anyone to be like, yeah, we've got them, so don't worry about that. So yeah, I think it was just a bit of too much respect for them, and it happens all the time. It happens against Liverpool and Man City. They're the 2 top teams that it happens to. But yeah, first game of the season is always going to be a tough one, especially when you're playing against City. So I wouldn't hang our heads in that much. Like I just wouldn't hang them that much in shame. It would just be a fact, a point that going to the Etihad, we should make an improvement, look at that one and go, hang on a minute, we should have put in stronger tackles. Yes, City play with the ball at their feet, very close to them, and they're very good at it. But yeah, I mean, it's a lesson to be learned, and just bring on the next fixtures. So moving on after that, we then played Forest away. I was lucky enough to go because my dad, sorry, my AirPod's falling out my ear. My dad was on holiday, so he gave me his ticket and it was lush. So I've never been to Forest Ground either. I don't think, if I did, I must have been really little. But yeah, it's a lovely stadium. I was rather jealous because their crowd is absolutely amazing. It was just like very similar to Upton Park. You're so close to the pitch. One side of the stadium is chanting Champions of Europe, and then it just clocks on and the whole stadium are chanting it to us West Ham fans. So I think I was just jealous in a sense that I don't think we'll ever get close to experiencing something like that again. Well, definitely not in the next few years, unless something magical happens and we knock down the stadium and rebuild it. But I don't think that's going to happen. So really jealous. I liked Forest when they were in the Championship, and I cheered for them in the playoffs. Do I think they're an excellent team? No. Do I think that they've been absolutely conned in the transfer window? Yes, especially with Jesse Lingard. And yeah, I like Forest, nothing against them, and I wish them the best of luck. However, the game itself was very, very tough to watch as a West Ham fan. I'm not too sure how that was a foul leading up to Benrahma's goal, which got disallowed. Antonio, I think he ran into one of the defenders, and it was just a case of being stronger than the other man. Football's a contact sport. It's not a non-contact sport. It's not like netball where you literally cannot touch your player. It's a contact sport, and I think some referees really need to look at it and think, hang on a minute, you've got this massive bloke running into the defender completely by accident. He, out of all people, Antonio would put that into Rose Ed if he got it at his feet in the current form he's in at the moment. But I think it was really harsh. And yeah, I don't want to see a decision be like that again. It's kind of getting to the point where you're looking for reasons to disallow goals. Well, it's always been that way, really, rather than actually looking into that was a great goal, get on with it sort of thing. So that was annoying. We were lucky enough that Forest got a goal disallowed for offside. Thank God for that. My heart sunk. I was like, oh, here we go again. West Ham never change, do they? They always have your emotions on. It gives you this massive adrenaline, and then all of a sudden you're like, great, okay, we're back to our old ways, sort of thing. And then we got that great penalty. Great penalty. Well, I wouldn't say that, but we got a penalty, which was great. In hindsight, it was great, but realistically, it didn't go our way. We had a lot of shots. We had a lot of. Sorry, there's just so much noise if you can hear that in the background. I do apologise. We had a lot of shots. We hit the bar twice, I think, the crossbar, I believe. And yeah, it was just real tough luck. And any other day, we would have taken them 3 points. So you've got to look at it like that. When they come to us, I think it will be a tougher game because it's later on in the season. People are going to start to wear out. And yeah, like the whole Jesse Lingard chants and everything was really funny. I really enjoyed that. Like, it's just a sense of humour that goes with football. It's just funny. You've got to look at it on the funny side rather than take offence if you're offended by anything in that way. And I know a few people around me were saying, oh my God, get over it. He was with us for a season, which is completely true. But I think some people were a bit hurt. But yeah, you just got to look at the funny side of it. And yeah, we're in Europe and they're not. So that's the best way to look at it from our perspective to Jesse Lingard. And then we played Brighton at home. I don't really know how to feel about Brighton. When the fixture list came out, I was a bit like, okay, City, you could probably get a point if we're lucky. Forest, I generally thought we were going to take the points, looking at the fixture list. And Brighton, I was like, yeah, no, we've not got it. And yeah, we didn't. So you're looking at 2 out of the 3 games losses, really. But to lose all 3, I don't think it's not as deep as some people are making it out to be. And that's just West Ham at the end of the day. We're just known for things like that. And I'm sure we'll get back into the grips of things and start stepping things up and actually scoring some goals. But yeah, it is quite painful to sit at home for 90 minutes. At home, I mean, like in the stadium, watching us play like that against Brighton. I'd be all right if it was like a decent game and like, yeah, okay, they won. But it was just like, it was a bit boring, and it's all going backwards when you're losing. You want to push forward. I'm the type of fan who loves forward play. I don't obviously go back if you need to go back, but I'm not this person who's like, yeah, I really enjoy watching the ball being kicked back to the goalkeeper 50 times. I'm not. But if you need to, you need to. And the throw-ins are getting on my nerves as well. I'm gonna keep it real with everyone. You'll have the throw-in by the corner flag, and then somehow it will either end up as the other team's throw-in, or it will just randomly end up back at Fabianski when you've got it at the corner flag. But I mean, that's something that we need to work on. I've said it from last season that we definitely need to work on our throw-ins. It's actually quite terrible. Just to go through a few players that I mean, it's so controversial, but I am not a fan of Creswell currently. You can obviously say that you're not a fan of them and whatever. And yeah, I think Creswell's just kind of had it, sort of thing. I was completely surprised that he's not on corners anymore, because that's one thing he is really good at, corners and set pieces. So I was a bit like, oh my God. But yeah, Creswell, I think he's just, I don't know whether he can play the 90 minutes or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what it is, but he's just not doing it for me at the moment at left back. I'd rather see someone else there, if I'm completely honest with everyone. And then Souček, he scored yesterday. So today is Friday, and we played in the Conference League yesterday, and Souček scored. I'm really biased. I do love Souček. He's one of the players in the team that if he doesn't play, I generally think you will notice it. You'll notice the balls he picks up. Maybe not so much this season. I mean, we're only 3 games in the Premier League, but last season I noticed it a lot. I think he's just overused as a player. He doesn't get time off. Over his whole summer period, he was out playing for his country, so he just doesn't get the time off, and I think he's just generally tired. So yeah, but I guess there's no one really to replace him unless you play Lanzini through the middle if he's not already playing. Then the question marks then go above Lanzini's head, but I love Lanzini, so I'm so biased. I literally love Souček and Lanzini. I am quite biased in that department. But yeah, so everyone's I'm in an RN about Souček. Kufau as well. I saw a few people on Twitter say that they're not overly fond of him and the way that he's defending at the moment. He got concussion, I believe, against Brighton. That's why he didn't feature in the Conference League on yesterday. So yeah, I don't know. I love Kufau. I love the Czechs. Like, I can't slate us too much, because I do like every single player for completely different reasons. I might not like you for the 90 minutes you play one day, but the time before I might have loved you because you put in an amazing shift in, something like that. And that's just the way I am with West Ham. I don't know, it's kind of like a love affair. I'm like, yeah, do you know what? I love you today, but next week I'll probably hate you. That's just the way it is. But that's football, and that's why I love it so much. So the draw took place today for the Conference League. I don't want to butcher any of the teams' names that are in it. I know it's Belgium, Denmark, and someone else. Can't remember off the top of my head. But that didn't happen that long ago, probably about 10 minutes before I'm filming this. So somehow it's flown out of my head. But we're back to Denmark. And yeah, I think we do have a decent chance with who we've got in our group. And yeah, I mean, if we get through the group stages, don't come at me if I just randomly book a trip to Prague unintentionally around the time the final is. Don't come for me if I do that. And if we don't get to the final, at least I'm just going to be living my life in Prague. Never been, so that would be nice. And then new signings, looking good. Skamaka, I must say, I am a massive fan of him. Not only is he just gorgeous to look at, I don't watch football just for just to have a bit of eye candy. I generally do enjoy football, but he is lovely to look at. But despite that, I think he has so much potential, and he could proper fit into our team, which would be lush, because we haven't had a striker like that since, I don't know, maybe like, because he's tall and he actually jumps for the ball and he wins. It would be so nice. Maybe like a good, like decent Andy Carroll, like better, obviously a lot better, but like, because he's so tall and he goes for the ball, he's a bit faster than Andy Carroll, but I don't know, there's just like similarities. Just because he's tall, that's my only similarity at the moment. But yeah, he's scored in both legs of the Conference League, and yeah, he's an exciting player. He looks good, and he uses the strength, and he can actually run. Sometimes with strikers, you find that when they're that tall, they don't really run that fast. He's got pace on him from what I have seen. And yeah, he just looks like a proper decent striker, and I can't wait, because he needs a Prem goal. West Ham need a Prem goal. Just to boost the team a bit, and hopefully we can do that on Sunday. And then Cornet came from Burnley. He looks really exciting and lively. He missed an absolute sitter yesterday though, but all forgiven. It was a good game yesterday because we scored loads of goals. I love it. So yeah, he looks exciting. I'm excited to see the player he turns into and what that does for the team. We've got super exciting attack in at the moment. Cornet, Scamacca, which is good. And then obviously Ben Rama's been playing really well. I'll give him credit, but he just needs that consistency to get my full love for him. Obviously, I love him, but I love other players more just because they're consistent. Like Rice, well, maybe let's go back to last season when we were talking about that consistency. But yeah, super exciting. And then we've got that Kier. I don't want to butcher anyone's names. Everyone literally knows me by now. I don't like to pronounce people's names because I feel like I'll butcher them, and I just feel rude if I do that. But Kier, I believe it is. Centre back, lush, exciting times, came from PSG. So he looks up and he's looking for Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, and then realistically, he has who does he randomly now have? Antonio. He just randomly has Antonio to pass to, and he's just not Messi, Neymar, or Mbappe. So I do find it funny looking at that aspect, but he looks good. He looks strong. Obviously, unfortunately, he gave away that penalty, but I wouldn't put it all on him to blame. Zuma made the mistake against Brighton, so that led to just an unfortunate. He tried to get it outside the box. I'll give him that, but yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't fall for us that day. Never does against Brighton. They're just so lucky. Well, they have been lucky. I wouldn't say they were lucky on Sunday. We just weren't there. He looks good. We have also, and now it's not. Sorry, I'm just looking at my phone just in case I do pronounce it wrong. As always, we have also had a bid accepted for Paqueta. Again, apologies if I am saying it wrong, which is super exciting. He's definitely someone that I would not have expected West Ham to sign, let alone a bid be accepted for him. They think it's around just over 50 million, I believe, which isn't too bad. But yeah, that's a huge bid for a great player, a great signing, and I think he'll do really well at West Ham. So yeah, that's just great. So at the moment, I'm having a great Friday. I hope everyone else is, if you've heard the news. And yeah, super good, super exciting. Flynn Downs, I'm quite sad for him in a way that he's just not getting the game time, and I don't know whether he's proved himself to Moyes yet to start. He should have come on. I believe he should have started in the Conference League for the second leg, but I think he has an injury, a really small injury. But obviously, when you are a professional footballer, sometimes going into a match can make it worse, and you don't want to do that just in case anything does happen to our midfield area. So you just want to keep him reserved and try and make that full recovery as quick as possible. But he's a lifelong hammer. I literally love stories like this, especially when it's West Ham. It's similar to Mark Noble, but just a little bit later on in Flynn's career. So I'm really excited to see the player he's going to become over the next season or two, depending on when he starts, if he starts. But yeah, definitely in cup games, it would be exciting to see him. So yeah, that's super exciting. Then we've got Villa away on Sunday. Not too sure when this is going out, but I'll do a little quick prediction because I love a prediction. I'm always so wrong. But let's hope I'm right. I think West Ham are going to win 3-1 on Sunday. We're going to get goals, and yeah, I'm buzzing for it. Again, same again, my dad's away, so he can't go to Villa, so I've got his ticket, and yeah, I'm just super excited to go, and I'm sure everyone else is. Second away day of the season for myself. I know other people went out to Denmark, which is awesome, and I hope everyone had a safe journey and yeah, enjoyed their time out there, because that is an experience. And I think that's a wrap, unless I'm thinking of something random to come to my head. But yeah, we just classic, a plane goes over while I'm trying to talk. Yeah, so I feel like that just concludes it. We just need to get some goals. As soon as we do that in the Premier League, the ball's rolling. I thought the ball would be rolling in the first leg of the Conference League, however, from scoring them goals. However, we're just a little bit slow at the moment, and I think that's just due to match fitness and maybe just getting used to playing with each other. I don't really know, because they play with each other all the time during training. So yeah, let's just hope for the best on Sunday, and then I'll update my positives and negatives. If everyone wants to see that, please let me know if you do. All opinions are welcome. Yeah, your opinion won't. Yeah, your opinion is your opinion. You can't really argue with that. So all opinions welcomed in the comment section down below. Make sure you subscribe to the West Ham Way. Make sure you're following the West Ham Way on social media, and make sure you're following X, who drops all of the latest transfers, considering it's coming to a close. So yeah, just make sure, just in case we do sign some exciting players, because at the moment we've just put in a bid. Well, we got accepted, so we're waiting for a medical and to see him in the shirt. So fingers crossed that all goes through. Other than that, I hope everyone has a lovely weekend, or whenever this goes out, I hope you have a lovely week. And yeah, come on you irons, and let's go on to Villa. Thanks guys, take care.